Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the class and welcome to Clockwork Courtyard, as always. I hope you're doing really well. Today we're going to do a short little sequence that hopefully should be perfect for post-run. Maybe you've just been on a run, or maybe you went on a run yesterday, last few days. This sequence of movement should get deep into the quads. It's going to go deep into the hip flexors, focus a little bit on the calves, ankles, feet, of course. But then also focus on the upper body too. Particularly when running, you might find that you get a little bit tight on some of the muscles on the back. As you sweep your arms from side to side, you get a bit of rotational movement that encourages or increases that tightness. So we'll do a few side stretches to release some tension there. Hope you enjoy. So we're going to begin in a seated position, cross-legged. Whatever is comfortable for you. Think about relaxing hands down, interlock fingers, or place hands on knees. And just for a minute or two, let's kind of frame the movement that we're about to take with some stillness. Perhaps closing your eyes. Transition from whatever you have been doing previously into this class. Starting just to channel a bit of stillness in the body. Think about letting it slow down. Think about trying to channel a similar stillness in the mind. And starting to focus on your breath. Following it in and out of the body as it flows naturally. Perhaps tapping into the diaphragm, making sure the breath feels kind of soft and slow and long. And just making sure that you begin this sequence feeling grounded. Take your time to notice how you feel overall. Little scan through the body. Check in with how maybe your shoulders feel, or the hips, or different muscles, any tightness. And then returning back to your breath, taking a nice deep inhale in through the nose. And satisfying sigh out through the mouth. A couple more times. Take it deep as you breathe in. And let it go out through the mouth. Release a nice bit of tension as you exhale. One more time. Before opening your eyes and making your way to your all fours. Take your time, guys. And once you get there, just a little bit of movement, shuffling from side to side, circles with the bum and the hips, maybe circles with the shoulders. Before bringing your shoulders back over your wrists and softening your belly down towards the mat. Gaze forwards, open out the chest, and then gently draw your chin back in. Start to suck in the tummy. You can push with the hands, heading into your cat pose. Softening the belly down, arching the back, gaze forwards, and sucking in the tummy. Let's dome the back as we push with the hands. Maybe just a couple more times, moving with your breath, inhaling into your cow, and exhaling into your cat. Making sure that your spine can feel nice and loose before you get moving properly. And then when you're good to go, let's take it up towards our downward dog. So take your time getting there. Suck in the tummy, lift up the hips, lift up the bum. And then just continue to move here, guys. You could pedal out the feet. Particularly post-run, you're probably feeling it in the calf and the hamstrings. So give them a decent look in, give them a decent stretch. You can bend one knee, straighten out the other leg. Maybe close your eyes here. Pushing quite hard with the hands. Change sides. And then just a little bit more movement into it. You can kind of pedal out. Shake the bum, shake the hips. Give your shoulders a good roll. Maybe shake your head out. And then a bit of stillness in your downward dog, relaxing your head down low. Trying to find length in the back, soften the face, soften your jaw. And before we get moving, take a nice long inhale and a nice long exhale. As you breathe in again, lift the right leg high. Let's bend the knee, kicking the heel towards the bum. Three-legged dog, split dog. You can think of pointing your right knee to the ceiling, maybe drawing the left heel down. Notice if your shoulders are going a bit off kilter here, you can square them out before stepping outside your right hand, where we can lift the right arm for a twist. A little check-in with the right knee, make sure it's tucking in towards the chest. You can think about kicking your left heel away from you, keeping your back leg strong, and then maybe look up to right hand. Couple of breaths. Before gently lowering right hand, and we'll come into our lizard pose. This is like my go-to straight up after a run, bit of a twist, and then a bit of a lizard. So you can keep the left knee off the ground for now. Maybe take some rolls over the toes. As you push back, think about purchasing the left calf, stretch it out. You may even want to go a bit further and drop the sole of the foot down on the mat. Place it down, and you can start to kind of get into the arch of the foot as well. So continue to press hard with the hands, and then we'll come back onto the toes. And then feel free to keep your left knee in the air if you want to keep your lizard kind of active. Otherwise, drop it down. You may stay here on your hands, or go a little bit deeper into it, and you can drop the forearms down. Notice how this feels inside right groin. Notice how this feels left hip flexor, left quad. Let's close the eyes. And just notice those sensations. Take a couple of deep breaths into them. Before making your way back onto your hands, and then with control, let's just do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to step back, plank pose. We're going to skip the vinyasa. Bum goes in the air, down dog. Inhale to the left leg. Bend the knee as you exhale. Hips are stacked, so left hip on top of right. Again, think about your shoulders being square. Right heel down, and then step outside left hand. Lift up your left arm for your twist on this side. Again, tuck in left knee. Back leg is strong. You might think about your hips being square to the mat, and then gently lower left hand. Let's roll back. Back to our plank, so a soft step back with the left, and then we'll take a gentle vinyasa. Before you take it, guys, push with the hands so the back is nicely domed. Kick your heels away from you, and then move with the next exhale. So you're dropping the knees, the chest, the chin, all the way down. You can breathe in to find a cobra, pushing with the hands, lift the chest, and breathe out as you push back. Bum to heels, child's pose, back up to your down dog. Using your next inhale to lift the right leg. Let's keep it straight this time. And we're gonna maybe think about the hips here by drawing the right hip down. You can point the right toes to the ground as well, so you're kind of flexing your foot. Notice left heel, squeeze it down to the mat. Now take the gaze forwards and step in between your hands. If you don't quite make it, shuffle the foot forwards and then drop your left knee. Inhale, lift up your arms, low lunge. Now we're going to hold it here for a few breaths, guys, so you can think about getting quite deep into it. Make sure the right knee kind of stays above the right ankle. You can think of pushing the hips forwards almost scooping the chest forwards and up, kind of tapping into a little bit of a back bend. Breathe. Notice the kind of length between your left knee all the way up towards the crown of the head. You want to think about extending that length. Breathe. And then the next exhale, lower the hands. We're going to take a little variation of our lizard pose from here, walking hands over to the left. Torso and arms are now 45 degrees out to the left side of your mat. Take a look at your right knee. Make sure it's still above the right ankle. Now from here you can drop your left forearm down. You can extend the right fingers a little bit further than the left. And then hopefully you can start to feel it down the entire kind of right side of the upper body, going way down into the groin. Take a breath or two. Let's come back in. And then we'll step back softly, real light, back to our plank. Skip the vinyasa, bum in the air, down dog, left leg goes high. Again, keep it straight. Gaze forwards, step on through, drop the right knee, breathe in to lift the arms. So again, take your time to get into it. Let's go deep. Lift up the arms, slight back bend, and then you can hopefully feel it. Right quad, psoas muscle, it's getting a really good lengthen. Reach high with your fingertips, but try and relax the shoulders. And then with your next exhale, let's sweep the hands down. Take the hands over to the right. Do this 45-degree thing here, torso, arms, right forearm goes down. Maybe the left hand creeps a little further than the right. Check in with your left knee. Breathe. Before making your way back to center. Let's take it. Again, check in with your plank. Back is domed, fingers are wide, core is engaged, heels are kicking away from you. Gaze slightly forwards, and then drop the knees, the chest to chin. We'll take it gentle all the way through this sequence, guys, with your vinyasas. Cobra pose, chest up, shoulders relaxed, and then push back. So bum to heels, child's pose, downward facing dog. Take a moment, notice how your legs are feeling, and then just for a little variation of your downward dog, take a step in with both of your feet. I reckon like one step, maybe two steps. See if you can straighten out your legs, so you're going a little bit deeper into the calf here. Again, push with your hands, hopefully you should feel pretty good post-run. Breathe into the deep sensations. You can maybe play around with another variation, bending one of your knees. You can point the other foot to maybe 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock, whichever foot you've chosen. And then from there you can kind of push quite hard. Get into, on this side, if your left leg is straight, you can get into pretty much the entire left side of your left leg. Switch it up. And then come back to your downward facing dog. So let's make sure we're pushing the whole kind of front half of the mat away from us with our hands. And then at the same time, you want to push the bottom half of the mat away from you with your feet. Relax the face. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. And gently make your way towards the front of the mat. So we're going to take tiptoes, come all the way forwards, meeting in a standing forward fold. Bend your knees, drop your chest onto your thighs. Maybe grab your opposite elbows. Take a little swing. Brush the mat with the fingertips. You want to think about length in the back here. So we're dropping the chest, allowing the crown of the head to go down. At the same time, you can start to play around, particularly if you want to go deeper into the legs, play around with straightening them, shooting the bum and the hips up high. Ultimately though, relax the face, relax the head. And then as you drop your hands, let's take a gentle uncurl. We're going to come to a standing pose, where we can lift the arms up really high. Perhaps take the gaze up towards the fingers. You can bring your pistol grip into it, if that is more comfortable. And then a gentle side stretch. So we're going to lean over to the left. Keep the hips, the knees, and the ankles stacked. Maybe roll the right shoulder behind you. Keep the chest flat. And then come back up. Take it over to the other side. Again, a little check-in with the shoulders. May need to squeeze the glutes before coming back up. Gently lowering your hands. Let's place the hands onto our lower back, fingers on the bum. A little standing back bend. Bending your knees, push the hips forwards, open out the chest. You may feel that you want to gaze forwards. You may feel that you want to look up to the sky. Maybe take the head behind you if your neck is feeling comfortable. Wherever you are, take the time to enjoy it. Come back up to center. Sweep the right arm high. We're going to keep the left hand on the left thigh, and again, just take a gentle side stretch before doing the same thing on the other side. So right hand, right thigh, left up comes up. Just really getting into the lats on the back, biggest muscle of the back. Give it a decent stretch before coming back to center. We're going to take a step with the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Bend your right knee, warrior two, sweep your arms wide. You want to make sure the right knee is above the right ankle. Let's look over the right palm. We're going to flip it, reverse it, right arm high. So maybe left hand's on left thigh. Okay, take a deep lunge into the right knee. Exaggerate the pose and enjoy that kind of deep side stretch going down the entire right side. Look up to right hand. Before sweeping your right elbow forwards to your right thigh. We'll take the left arm forwards, side angle pose, and then notice now how you got the similar feels but on the left side. Let's take it back to our reverse warrior, and then back to our side angle. Do it as many times as you feel you want to get out of it. Before heading back to your reverse, and then straightening your right leg. Changes the pose a little bit before sweeping your right arm back to a T. So left arm will join it. We're going to point our toes to the left side of the mat, and then we're going to prepare ourselves for a forward fold. But first, more side stretch. Left hand, left thigh. Take the right arm up high. You can shoot long with the right arm, try and straighten it out before sweeping it back over. Right hand, right thigh, left arm goes long. Again, feel free to kind of do this as many times as you want before returning back to center. Let's interlock the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift up the chest, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips. Let's take it down. You want to lower the head, let the arms swing. Relax the face. Notice how this feels inside your legs. Take a soft bend in the knees, that might help. And then gently drop your hands. Let's walk the hands over to the left foot. Grab hold of your ankle, your foot, your shin, your knee, whatever is accessible. Just take some time, kind of extra pressure on this left side. Walk the hands over, take them to your right. And then back into the middle. Placing right hand down, let's take a twist. We're going to twist to the left and lift the left arm. Maybe looking up to left hand. Lower the hand, take a twist to the right, and lift the right arm. And as you lower the right hand, let's turn. We're going to face the front of the mat. We'll face the right foot. You can turn to face the front of the mat with both your feet. Take a step forwards. Take a moment, shuffle your feet hip width apart. And then interlock your fingers behind your back. Let's find a bit of relief in the shoulders. Again, take it wherever you want to take it. Before dropping your hands, very slowly uncurling. Lifting the arms up nice and high with the inhale. Bring the hands to prayer with the exhale. And let's take the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. So we're going to do exactly what we've just done, but on the other side. Warrior 2, park it up. Left knee above the left ankle. Left heel wants to be in line with the arch of the right foot. Think of tucking the tailbone in. Relax the shoulders as your arms are wide. Flip the palm, reverse it. Right hand, right thigh. And then left elbow, left thigh. Sweep the right arm forwards. Sweep it back. And sweep it forwards. As you roll on through the movement, try and keep your chest kind of flat. So rather than chest facing the ground, let's make sure the chest is kind of facing the right side. Final move, back into your reverse warrior, so right hand, right thigh, left arm high, no bend in the elbow, keep the arm straight, and then we'll straighten the left leg, change the pose a little bit, before sweeping your arms back up to a T. Let's point the toes to the right. Again, side stretch from here, left hand, left thigh, right arm goes long, and then right hand, right thigh, left arm goes long. As you come back up to a T, prepare yourself to forward fold, hinge at your hips. Think about crown of the head being really far out in front of you. As you go down, and then plop your hands down, walk them to the left foot, grab hold. Walk your hands over to the right foot, grab hold. Maybe do it a couple of times. And then this time, I'll turn to face you. Let's think about bending the left knee and walking the hands over to the left foot. And then walk the hands over to the right foot, bending the right knee. It's going quite deep into the straight leg. Take your time. Maybe do it a few times. Try and be fluid. Try and be nimble. And then when you're good, when you're done, let's take a turn to face the front of the mat again. So you'll turn to face the left foot. And then take a step forwards. Standing forward fold. Right hand down. Right knee bends. Left leg is straight. Twist to the left and lift the left arm. Cheeky glance up to left hand. Before doing the same thing on the other side. So bend the left knee quite a lot. Twist to the right. And then lift the right arm. So you might want to do this a few times. You're going to get quite deep into the ITB here. Much better than a foam roller, I can assure you. And then once you've got some purchase, once you're done, make sure you even it out both sides. Let's place the hands down and step or jump back to a plank. From there, vinyasa. Let's keep it gentle. Knees, chest, chin, all the way down. Inhale to lift the chest up, cobra. And exhale, push back, child's pose. Hold it here for a moment. We need to think about bringing the knees together, allowing the forehead to drop down, and then just walking your hands over to the left side. So again, think of maybe that 45-degree angle, torso, arms, reaching long. Hopefully you can kind of feel this down the entire right side of upper body. Particularly those little muscles in between the ribs. Getting a nice stretch out here. Let's take it over, do the same thing on the other side. Before making your way back into the middle and then drawing yourself up to your all fours. Now as you come up, let's take it to a little camel pose. Kind of crucial movement post run. Getting real deep into the quads and the psoas muscle. Again, so you want to place hands on lower back, fingers on the bum. You can push the hips forwards, open out the chest. And it's kind of key to think about stacking hips on top of your knees. You can think of, again, maybe gazing forwards. If it's comfortable, gaze up. Or if it's even more comfortable to go further, take the gaze behind you. Some of you may want to take it further still. Drop the hands onto the soles of the feet. Maybe onto your ankles or maybe onto your calves. And you're getting a decent look into the psoas muscle, that one that connects the lower back down to the hips. It's the one that contracts and lengthens every time you take a step as you're running. So this is a great little move just to lengthen, stretch it out. Don't forget to breathe slowly. And then we'll make our way back up. Place the hands down on the mat. Lift up the hips. Take one last little pedal out of the feet. Before making your way to a seated position. So you can walk, cross your feet, sit the bum down, or maybe take a little jump across the feet, sit the bum down. Nice, guys. Let's extend the right leg straight. We're going to bend the left knee and place the left foot inside right thigh. So again, a little bit of a side stretch here. You can thread the right hand down inside right thigh. Maybe the hand can edge towards the ankle, elbow can edge towards the knee. Think of opening out the entire kind of left side of your upper body. Chest is open, extend left arm long. From here, feel free to arch it up to the ceiling, up to the sky, or maybe take it a little bit further and start to arch the hand over the body down towards your right toes. Again, should be feeling something down the entire upper side body. Breathe into it. Keep your shoulders stacked, chest and flat. And then we can tap into a little kind of restorative back bend from here. Left hand behind us. Let's come onto the left knee and the left shin. Lift up the hips. Enjoy extending the right arm wherever you want to take it. Chest is open, hips pushing high. Fingers are wide, relax the face, and then lower back down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Right knee bends, thread left hand, open out the entirety of the right side, gently arch. You want to think of keeping the left foot flexed, point the toes to the ceiling. You want to think about the right sitting bone, the right knee, kind of rooted to the mat. Try and bring a softness to your breathing. And then sweep the hand behind you. Same thing on this side. Let's use the knee and the shin as a platform to lift up. You can extend the left arm, the left fingers, relax your face, enjoy. Should feel pretty good down the entire left side of the body. Let's lower ourselves back down with control. We'll straighten out our legs, point toes to the ceiling. Take a forward fold from here. Inhale, lift your arms, and exhale, hinge at your hips. Grab shins, grab feet, maybe look over the toes. Think about keeping the back and the neck as straight as you can. Could even take an inhale to a halfway lift. Lift up the chest, lengthen, and exhale, forward fold. Take your time. Close your eyes. Let's keep the attention locked in. Try not to let the mind wander off. Before gently hovering down all the way onto your back. And then just a couple of last little moves into the legs. I'm going to bend the left foot, place the foot on the mat. Wouldn't be a yoga for runners class without some form of pigeon. So I'm going to take a reclining pigeon. Right foot on left thigh. Create that kind of figure of four with your legs. Let's thread the right hand through. Interlock fingers round the shin, maybe round the back of the knee, whatever feels comfortable. And then let's squeeze it in. Try and relax your shoulders down. You can think of flexing your feet. If you are bringing the chest up, take care. You can almost push the right knee forwards as well to go a little bit deeper into the glute on the right side. I almost quite like to grab hold of it with the right hand and push it away. And then from here, guys, just slowly slide the left leg, straighten it out. Take hold of the right knee with your left hand. We'll come into a twist from here. So the knee can gently be taken over to the left and sweep your right arm out to the right. Let's make sure the right shoulder is stuck on the ground. You can look over to your right hand. Perhaps a good one to close your eyes. Take 3 slow breaths. Before making your way back to center. I will place the right foot on the mat. You place the left foot on your right thigh. And then you can thread the left hand through. Interlock fingers, squeeze it in. Don't forget to flex your feet. I think this is actually called runner's stretch, as well as reclining pigeon. Good one to do daily. It's just to keep your ITB in a good shape. And then again, slide into your twist. So the right hand will take the left knee this time. Maybe make sure your right leg is straight, neck is long, and extend your left arm out to the left. Look over to left hand. 3 or 4 breaths. Smooth it out. Soften down. Try and bring a nice kind of softness to the body. Feel it melting down into the twist. Particularly with each exhale, you can release just a little bit more. Before making your way back to center. Let's bring both knees into the chest. We'll take a final foray into the legs. Grab your knees, grab insides of the legs, open them wide, stay here, have a little rock, bit of a roll across the back, or maybe take it further. Full happy baby. Feet go high, grab insides of the thighs. And you may feel that this is kind of enough for you, but you may want to take hold of the insides of the feet. But I feel that just grabbing hold of the insides of the legs, you're going to get a similar opening. You don't need to force anything, you can just gently draw the knees with your hands down. Maybe some of you want to go deeper into it and grab hold of the big toes. You could straighten out the legs. And then gently coming back, bringing knees in, wrap the arms around the legs. I'm going to take a juicy squeeze, grab hold of your elbows, maybe forehead to knees, knees to forehead. You can flex your feet, can engage the core, squeeze it in. One final little embrace. before gently releasing, sprawling, allowing the legs and the arms just to fall into your kind of starfish, whatever kind of pose feels comfortable. And let's take our final shavasana, maybe a couple of minutes tops. Doesn't have to be too long, just some time to enjoy doing absolutely nothing. Some time just to let the body kind of settle. Some time to let the body soak in what we've just done. Let all of that different movement be processed. And some time for you just to softly close the eyes and enjoy doing absolutely nothing just for a short while. Allow the body to sink into the ground. And allow your backs of the legs to feel heavy. Shoulders, soften fingertips. Soften the skin on the face. And continue to melt into your mat. Keeping the body still. Just allow your attention to creep back into the backs of the legs, backs of the arms. Taking some gentle movements with the fingers and the toes. Maybe a full body stretch might feel pretty good. And just making your way slowly back up to a seated position. Where, similar to the beginning of the class, we can frame this movement with a little bit of stillness, perhaps close the eyes. Some time to think about how you're feeling. Some time to notice any changes in the body. Hopefully you should have found a bit of space, particularly in the legs and the side body. And some time just to notice your mood. Thanking yourself for your practice, as always. Thank you for letting me guide you. Sealing it, closing it, bowing. Namaste. Awesome stuff. If you have any questions, guys, of course, please feel free to ask. Feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to visit mrcollymanyoga.com for more information, videos, class schedule, etc. Or come say hello on Instagram at Mr. Collyman. Got another Yoga for Runners class coming up soon. I think it's going to be Sunday, 5 p.m., Sunday 7th of June. So it's in like just over a week's time. How we are at June already? Who knows? Take it easy, guys. Thanks for joining.